else.From, my new and old subscriber. Sorry if you watched the first video and it was a mess up. So that was with FL Studio. So I decided to come back with another. So what I like to do is thank all my subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, notification button, that for it. You'll know when the next video is coming out. Now, this subject is on making beats hit harder and all of that. I'm a professional drummer, so I know the sound of drums out there. Post the sound. I'm showing you a lot of things and mistakes that people missing that they don't see in the dog, and therefore I'll put you up on game. Now, if you want full and deeper details, then hit me in the messages, and then we can go on one-on-one deeper off into it. Right? I need some thumbs up and subscribers and so forth, so I can keep this channel going. All right. Enough of that. Let's get into this. Alright. Let me climb inside FL Studio. Let me minimize myself first. Alright. Let's get in here. So, drums consist of a whole lot of things. It's sound selection and a whole lot of things go into drums. Okay? So, we're going to start off here. What I'm going to do is, let me play this beat. Let me slow down the tempo. Alright, let's play this. Okay, now, there's a couple of things going on to make this hit. Okay, now we're talking about with rap or whatever. Okay, so if I took this kick, putting in a quarter note, so you just go boop, 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 boop. Okay? So let's stay. Alright. That should be alright. Let's hit this kick. Okay. Now, and making the beat in order. This is what I'm telling you as people, as producers. You got to be an engineer. Else, your beat's gonna sound plain. Now, let's listen to this kick. A lot of things in FL Studio, many people teach you wrong, they're not showing. Listen to this kick. It's out of tune. There's like 2 kicks up under it. It's in pieces. Okay? Now, let's go here. There's an option of stuff we can do with this kick. Okay? Number 1, it's going, if you hear it, it's going boom, boom. Let's cut some of that stuff off here. Beginning. Okay, now we got a better sound. Okay, we need to improve on this sound. There's a lot of stuff under the hood that you don't see. Now, this would depend on what I want to do. I want West Coast or trap. If I want trap, I want this thick. This kick thinner. Okay, so if we're going to do West Coast, I want it a little bit thick. So, I'm not going to mess with the out, but for trap, I would to make it more flat. Okay, so what we're going to do right here with this kick here, there's a couple of things that can be done to it. Okay, let's pop this. Alright, now, here's a couple of things you can do to boost that kick. First, I'm going to put this clip on, so you don't have to go get the clip. And then, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to listen to this phrase. Okay. You're only getting 6% of frequency modulation, and that's cool. Now I'm going to turn up the resonance. It's going to make it stronger. Over-exaggerate. Back to where it should be. This one. Okay, already the beat is changing. Okay, here's the EQ. Let's add a little highs to it so we can hear it punch through. Okay. This boost button, I wouldn't bother this because you want it to stay clean. Okay, So when you hit this and you give it just a little, let's say if it wasn't cutting through the mix or not with the sub, it will kind of give it a little something, something, but it has its artifacts in there that you can hear. So this kick is just went through this. That's that process. Now, let's go through the envelope. So, let me put some claps. Let me hear how these sound, because usually sometimes these claps sound terrible. Some of them, let me go up here to the browser. Alright, let me pull up some claps. Show you this. Okay. Now, a lot of y'all, okay, first I'm gonna deal with this kick and then I'm gonna show you what's up with the snare that most people don't tell you about. Now this is going to control how much of the beat I want to come in. If I want it, I don't want it like a trap. This West Coast, I want it boom. Ring me, right? So I'm gonna have to raise up the attack. So it's letting more of it in. Okay, I don't need the decay. The decay is giving the rooms out, like reverb, like the rooms out. I don't like that. I want to control that myself. Okay, now I'm gonna copy this attack to this sustain. So I'm gonna do the same. Okay, if I want this to cut through the mix, okay, let me just load. I want a bass sound. What I usually use. We go rolling. That's right. Yeah. You see with this, okay. I love it because the sounds is original. But let me go in here and let me see. Let me go find bass sound. Bass. straighten out some of these notes. Now, you hear the bass kicking in with it, right? Now, I wanted to punch through a little bit more, so what I can do is change the waveform. With the tempo. And I can control the filters. Listen. That's a high pass. Now you can hear it's still a fight. Let me throw some hats. A fight still in here. Now, how can we make the beat hit hard? Okay, I done just did a couple of them, but let's go in here and do some other things too. Now, we can use parallel compression. This comes from out of New York, okay? And you're taking a dry signal and you're using a compressed signal and you're blending them together. So now, let's listen to the kick. Now, what am I attempting? Okay, there's that one sound we hear, but I want that pro thickness, so we're gonna add. Now it's getting thicker. Next, I'm gonna add grit. Now, I'm gonna show you exactly. Now you're hearing that, right? Let me turn the grit down. Now you hear how that kick is punching through. Okay, let me turn it on. Now you hear this? This is what you're getting. We don't want that. You want this. See how it cut through? We can even enhance it even more. And it's a little bit more than I would use, depending on. Okay. Let's do it again. What we'll do is add a full tech EQ. That's pretty much what you hear. Now listen how solid that bass is. You hear how solid it is. Okay? Now, this what plugins. I don't have no full tech EQ. Okay. Well, trip this. We're going to use your plugins. Stop. Because I show how to do this both ways. Now, when you got your drums in there, okay, that's the kick. Now, if we add an SSL channel to it, which is the real original mixer form of when you were recording like you are in the studio. What the hell is my E channel? I'll use the G channel because it's thicker, and this was using West Coast. Okay, I can hear the compression in here even though it's, I can hear it. Okay. Okay, I use 3/4 deeper sound. Now this compressor is on, I hear it, whether it's showing or not. Here we go right here. Okay, that's the parallel compression. It's already on. This the amount to where it's at. So what I'm gonna do with this kick, okay, if I want beef and balls to it, I'll leave it at 40. Okay, 39 40-ish. Now I can cut the highs out because I don't need them at no 10K. No more than, I would say 8, but 7. Okay, there's a reason why I use that anyway. I'll explain later. Okay, now we're going to start using the compressor off the SSL. How you know? Because it'll light up here. It's waiting for me to throw this in. Now, you see how we taking this kick? And it's punching right through the mix. Okay, now we can EQ. Okay, now if I want it to stick out, I can control the instruments. I can make them mad, soft, passive, mad, soft, in between, whatever. So this right here, when I go here, it's gonna make presence. Presence make things pop out. Watch, listen. See what I'm talking about? So I'm showing you all different things that goes into making your kicks hit hard. Now, the pop of this kick is usually at 135-ish. Now we can take some resonance out if we want. And we can pull this thing. Actually, I'll pull it to 50. And because that's like a rock band, but you want it kind of bland. So I can add some heavier stuff to it. That's where I would be right here. Okay, now make this mono. And take some of this grit off. I'm going to use the grit. I already got the grit. And this to get more console sound. But bring this down. Just because it sounds louder, don't mean it sounds good. Okay, now that's cool, but not even. That's not the shit. Okay, now there's a reason why I'm saying this, because let me first turn off these plugins. I just want this straight. Okay. I didn't get to do a number. I know I did. Okay. I'm gonna give you 2. Because I like them always together. My bass and kick drum and engineering. Okay, so let me change these numbers. This is going to be 3, this is going to be 4, this is going to be 5, this is going to be 6, this is going to be 7. Okay, so let's go back over here and shut up on it. Okay, now listen. Now, as we come over here, okay, with this, first, before I get any of this stuff started, I gotta do a gain stage. So, none of these different sounds that, come on, man, these sounds that you get, they're on different volumes. So, that's why we do a gain stage. And so, let me go over here to this mixer. Go to this channel. Let me pull this up and go get Fruity DB meter. Wait, let's see. Here you go. Okay. And I'm gonna do a detach so it doesn't move and stay in that position. Now let's hit this kick. Okay, now there's things wrong with this kick. First of all, it's too damn loud. On my certain subscribers and so forth, I got, if you want to personally, holler at me, you can. Okay, number 2, I'm going to point out some things that's wrong. Look at this kick and look at the DB meter. Do you see what's going on? Do you see one is up higher than the other? That means it's going to come out louder on the right and less on the left in your mix. This will cause you not to have good beats. So what we're going to have to do is even it up here with this pan. Okay, now it's even. Now we're hearing balanced kick coming out of it with the same velocity, same amount of hardness out of both ears. You see what I'm saying? I'm showing you. And we want the polyphony to run. All these things are making changes, and you don't see them. Here's your filters and all of that stuff. Okay. So now let me see. What is it? Okay. We're down there. Right where this kick should be. Now we're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna cut this sub down. Same problem. Polyphony in one. Okay. Now, okay. Let's go to the next one. What I'm doing is putting all these at the same volume, and this, I'm not gonna do it like a long thing on it. I'm just gonna make this quick. Okay. Now we look at the clap. Same procedure. It's too damn loud. See, and they come at different volumes. So, okay. Polyphony 1. Now the last one is the hi-hat. Okay, let's go back to the mixing. Shut this up. Let's go on hi-hat. Same problem. Stuff too loud, needs to be shaken. All this is a part of your beat. Okay? Okay, so now that I got these structured, now I can go at the beat. And I'm going to change that kick pattern because it's nasty. go back in here and, okay. Now what I'm gonna do is put this back on here to bring the volume up on this so you'll really hear how this is really sounding. Let me go get my little boost anyway. Oh yeah. Okay, we can go in here and with the Pool Tech, we can go ahead and add this Better Maker to it, to the kit. But I want to listen to it with the bass. Now, if we take this out, listen to the bass. Okay. Now, let's put this effects back on. Let's take it on. Now listen. Okay. So, and we can use this to even manipulate even more. If I come over here and throw R-Box here for making your kick more denser. Okay, let me show you what this does. Okay, to the kick. Now it's gonna make it more prominent. Now listen to this compared to what we had. Let me see something. Why is there so much air coming in? Why not got all this pressure? Okay, so you just seen how with this we done took the kick and transformed it, okay, by using just these essentials into it. Alright, and also right here, okay, some of these is not on. Let me play this kid. We're gonna deal with this. Okay, this saturator, when you cut on FL Studio, it mess everything up because it's not all that. Listen to this. Turn it off. It's more clean. Okay, and we want the compressor of this, so I'm gonna let it in. Oh, we're gonna be doing parallel, maybe a couple, just milliseconds, just off the meat of the kick, and then I'm gonna set this to real-time response, and then I'm gonna copy this to the sustain. Okay. And here go the ratio. It would depend. Okay, and now let me bring the threshold down for compression. Now that's giving a parallel compression here to the kick. Okay. Now, here's plug-in alliance. You listen to the difference, okay? Let's try the FL Studio and listen to it, okay? And then listen when I use the octo. The octo is way cleaner. This kind of, but we're using it for parallel purposes. So even though it sounds like that, okay, with this kick, there's something we'll do to this. Okay, I want this much, but what I don't want the ring of the compressor to know it. So I'm gonna copy this, come back here. Okay, now I just want it to compress when it kicks. That's the only time I want it to do it. I don't want it everywhere. I just want it on that. Alright? Now that's the opto compressor. Now I'm gonna use FL Studio Fast Distort for the grid. Now you see how it's punching through? It's a little too much. You hear how that kick coming through without width. Even though the volume a little loud, we can bring some of it down. That's without. This is with. Hear how it just punches through the mix. Okay. And I can go back through this, start with this better maker, and turn it on. Now you hear it's a lot more thicker. Okay, here's a Pultec EQ. Now, let me move this to 50, 60. Now, let me kick in this kick. Now, let me turn this off so you can really hear it. That's too much. Okay. I can shape it with that. And now let's boost the top end. We can start at 5 or usually I think. Let's just mess around and see. Let's bring up the highs in the kick. How much I want, I'm going to determine that. High frequency. I'm going to 4 to bring more of the presence out. And what I'm going to do is test it against the bass. High punches through. Now you hear that kick on hit. Now, let's do with some more drums and I'm gonna go over to the bass. Now, let's let the snare and the rest come through. We're going to drums first. Now, it's clap. Same procedure. We go to this clap. Okay. We got a choice. Right here, the out, the in. Let's see what's up with the in. Okay. Now, if I want to shorten it, a shorter clap, just clap the out. Now pull it back out. Notice how I slap. It's a little too much reverb. It's sloppy. Okay, it's starting to sound better. Now let's come in here and freak it. I can add some highs or make it more saturated. Okay, do I want that snare to be a little bit funky because we in hip hop? Yeah, I want it a little saucy. I want to change the attitude. I want it mad. So we're gonna add a little resonance. And we're gonna throw the click. Go back to the kick. Bring it in. Okay, now, same thing to these hats. Okay, let's go into the hats. Let me cut them on first. You're talking about making the beat harder. Let me show you some other things too. Let's see, here's the hats. Now, one thing with these hats, they're too ringy. They shouldn't be there, they should be short. Not this gonna clean up your beats. This why your beats is not the way they should be. Alright, let's go. Now, what I'm gonna do is turn this out of. Now you see how neater the beat is. I'm gonna back off where it was. Listen, I'm gonna let you hear it before and then after. Let me back it up. Now split off. Listen. It's too loud. It's too long. Legato. You want to shorten it. Legato means long. Hold the note. Boom. Staccato means short. Bang. Alright? Listen out. It's ringing. Now, let me turn this up. Now listen. It's needed. Okay, and I can also come in here and do some other things too. Do I want it more gritty? Yeah. Now let's get more gritty with it. Now I want these again. I don't want you to determine my own notes. I don't want that. That's what I don't want. Don't control my. But I do want. This is doing it the real way. Okay, now what I want to do is, I want it kind of a little short. Okay, let me go over here to the clap because I'm on a hat. So let me go over here to this clap. I want it short. Alright, now let me bring in the hi-hats. Now what I would do to this, now I'm showing you with plug-ins to make this even hit harder. If I wanted to, I can come over here and bite off R box, or I could use waves this Argos. Now, even though it's got, like, I'm gonna have to do this to cut the sound down. Watch where it's at. Okay. Just because it cut on louder don't mean that the sound is right. It cuts it up louder. I gotta bring it down. Now, I can add an SSL channel to this too, which would, now that's to that kick. Now let's come over here to these hi-hats. Let me release. Now, what we're gonna do here for these hats, I want it short and too long. Actually, very short, the attack. The shorter I make the attack, the more it makes the instrument pop out more clearly. Okay, now I'm gonna copy the attack to the sustain. Sustain meaning to hold it into the time of the beat. Okay, and we can come in here and affect some more stuff. If I want them cleaner, the hats, I'll put the clipper on cleaner. Okay. Now, if I want cleaner hi-hats, okay, we do two things. We can add this SPL. This is free. Go get this. The Attacker from Plug-in Lines. Let's make these hi-hats clean. Hear that? They're more crisp. Okay? Now, what we're going to do? What we're going to do to the snare, the clap. Now, this is one part of constructing the beat. And really, it's not fully all the way dead. Okay? But in concept, in text, still taking this, there's still some more steps. Now I'm gonna add the swing, how I want the beat to move, because it's still too damn basic. So beats take process, grooves and stuff, right? So let's get into this. We're gonna set the groove. I want the claps just a little bit faster. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna move the time and shit. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the hi-hats. Now, there's something else. Well, West Coast beats is not just the clap. It's the clap and the snare. But I'm going to show y'all what's up. Look, let me show you. This is another mistake that we made. When we come to this browser, okay, I want y'all to take a look at something. Look at when we go to snares. Okay? You hear this? Okay, you hear this. Alright? You hear this? You hear this. Okay. Let me explain this to you. Sometimes you'll pick, I was doing this for a long time, pick one of these and then use it as a snare and wonder why it doesn't sound like a snare. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the top part of the snare. This is the bottom. This is the bottom half, metal things under the bottom. They call snares. You buy them that goes under the snare. Under the bottom, let me show you better. Let's go to Stephen Slade. Okay, let me ask this. Let me pull up Stephen Slade. Okay. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this. Now, if we pull up Stephen's slate, let's go to mix. Okay, over here, I done mixed that drum beat, but now I have to track them out to where they're supposed to go. So this will go to 2. You got to start from 2 with Stephen's slate. 2, that's 4. This will be the channel. 5. Okay, and this is just setting them just like in FL Studio, where I'll be able to manipulate them separately, like on a mixer channel, and you don't want everything coming out of the same channel. Okay. What I'm showing you here is this. Look at this. Now we're gonna switch from this beat to this one. Okay, let me play it. If you look at this, you see kick, okay? Kick out, kick in, okay? So what does that mean? That means this, that it's a mic with this in the front of this bass drum and in the back when you mic it. This the front, that's the back. On the snare, it'd be the top up here and also the bottom of the snare under here. So when you listening and you're picking out sounds for your snares, like here. Y'all are just getting tops or bottoms. They're not the right snare, okay? So if you're gonna pick it, you have to pick the correct one. So that's why we're showing, these are the mistakes that you're probably making. Now, okay, so I need a snare, but I don't need that. I need a real one. Remember that going under So what happens, you have to take that one, and you have to take this bottom one, and then you're going to have to move these up. Come on, man. Oh. Okay, so what you'd have to do would be to take both of these right here. Okay, let me just put them on. All right, let me put some of the volume down. So first thing, and the second one, okay, you'd have to blend them. this one, this is a bottom. Now that I'm listening, this a bottom. This a bottom, so this is not gonna work. So we have to come down to view and go back in here again. That's a bottom. Now if I put this over the top, you see, you create see what I'm talking about? That's how snare drums are created. If you go over here to Stephen Slate again, you'll see the tops and the bottoms. Come on, Stephen Slate, God lead, come on, FL Studio, stop tripping so much. Just went through this. Alright, anyway, since we want to act stupid, anyway, so these are some of the things that is needed that you don't realize, okay, that what you have is tops and bottoms and so forth in recording. And all of this is a part of making your beat tight, hard, or whatever you want. Now, we can go over here to the bass. It's the same process as this. There's no difference if we go over here to the bass, because we can use a lot of ingredients to make this bass okay, to make the bass more prominent. We can do the same thing. We can add parallel compression. You talk about making your beat hit hard. The bass and the drums got to. Where's this damn wind coming from? Shit. Damn right, the gate's supposed to come out. Let me see. There. Alright. Yeah, that's better. Alright. Alright. Now, we can go in here and do some more with this bass. See if we add a little pull check to it, or better make it. Now what I want to do is create that console thickness of that kick and that bass. I want that console thickness. Okay? There's another thing we can do. Okay? Since all these here, you got to run them to a bus. A bus means run all, I'll show you. Oh shit, this one. Oh no. This one, this one. So I'm running all three of these. Let me see. Let me go look at these routing. U1, 2, and U3. This is 1, this is 2. I'm not even seeing it. I got you. Y'all got the same number. Oh, you off. Now in the West Coast, if you listen to it, listen to the snare and the clap, they off. So they don't hit at the same time. They hit one a little bit before the other, but I gotta tighten up the timing on it because it's off. They actually do in drums what's called a flam. A flam is when one hit just before the other. You know, just before. So that's what they do in West Coast. Okay, let me see something. What is the name of what did I use? So, like I'm showing you, all of these little things go into making your beat. Now, once we run these to the drum bus, okay, let me get this down. Okay, so it's the kick, this, mute this here. Okay. Now I'm gonna run this to this bus. All three of these to this. Okay. Now, right here, this is y'all limiter. Okay. Remember, this always do you injustice. Turn this off. This in FL Studio. So we're gonna add compression. This is what you got to use for your gate bus. Okay. If you leave it up with the compressor up tight, it makes the beat more up front. If you open it, it makes it more kind of laid back, like a pump. I want this shit snappy. I want them drums to punch through. This is what it's not what you think. It's a combination of stuff that goes on into making this. Now we can add a little saturation. You see how them drums, you wanted drums, right? You wanted drums that banging in your face. Now let's go here. Okay, now we're gonna come to this and back at this. Now for the mix the bass and the drums kick together. I want the kick to come through a little bit more prominent. I can. But it's already through. Now, another thing is this on the drum bus. This is with the limiter from FL Studio bus. Is what you would use. Okay, now let's cut that off. Let's have both of them on. Let's go back to FL Studios. Let's listen. Let me see the best I can get out of it. Some pause right now. Alright, let me see the best I can get out of it. This is crazy. Why are you on pause? Boy. Boy, I swear to God. Good lucky I'm in like a cool, patient, like kind of mood, because I wouldn't put up with this crap. I'm going to show y'all in FL Studio, but I'm going to tell you, I can't put up with it, okay? For real. My God, it's just... Let me go on to what I was going too far. I forget. Let me see. Let me use, since this ain't I'll put another one on. Let me see, you pause. Let me do a rephrase. Use another one. And the button on, I don't know. Oh, I know why. Now I got you. Now let me bring threshold in. That's FL Studio compressor. Okay. Now, let's use a real one. This is Lindell plug-in Alliance. Big difference. Add some crunch. I like it like crunchy potato chips. It's really what it is. Now it has to be calibrated. Okay? That's another reason why. Now you hear it just coming through just crisp and clear. Everything. I'm not through yet. Okay? We can go on with this. Now, with these drums, I don't want them getting out of pocket. Nor do I want the effect getting out of pocket. So, in order to control that, what we're going to do is use this parametric EQ2. And what I'm going to do is use a high pass, and I'm going to fold you up at like 40 cents. 50, 40-ish. You can look at the top up here when you move this, it will tell you. And right here, I want to turn you into pass. And I'm going to bring you at about 10K-ish. Alright, now let's hit the drums. Okay, now, this is cool. It's missing one thing in the drums. The next part of drums are called accents. So the beats are not dim dim, dim dim, dim dim. No, damn it, make me feel something. Boom, boom, boom. You know that soft chord, that boom, boom, that vibrating, that heart, boom, right? So how do we create that? It's with accents. So instead of this being bland, let's do this. Those are the claps. Those are the kicks. Oh no, here you go. Okay, so two things about this. Number one, I don't like this size right here, so I gotta do this. And we have the stretching. That's another part of it. Like this. Now listen to the kick. Now, if I want to be more dramatic with it, I drop it down. Yes, it is. No, that's good for travel. Not this. It's excellent for travel. Yeah. Okay, this is what I wanted to do this. I told you I didn't want all of them up, so it's between these two. These two, all of these, this double. This here is what's going to take. I want boom, boom, boom. This is the soft one. This one. Come on, mouse shit. This one. I want the soft one. There's a couple of things I can do to make that hit even harder because this second beats, right? Because this is too high pitched. Now, let me show you what I'm going to do. Get your ass. Now what I'm going to do is drop them one. See if I can put them down a little more. Now them hi-hats is nasty. Okay, so we gotta do this. I gotta go to each one right here and lower this because they sound mechanical. They don't sound, you have to humanize the instrument too. Alright, so let me bring these down. I can bend these pictures if I want. Now I'm going to do the same technique to the hi-hats to make them come out a little more the way I would like them by doing this. Okay, that's just funning around and just bending up pitches. But, like I'm saying, there's so much you can get up out of here that it's basically not funny. It's up to you. It's not that a beat, it's, I threw a beat. What's the hardest beat? It comes from a thought, but it has to be shaped. And when you're dealing with it, you have the beat, then you gotta fix the beat, shape the beat, and do things to process it so it sounds like what you hear. And now for this more deeper sound, like I could throw black box for that saturation. You're gonna have to get you some plugins. There ain't no way around. But I could throw in some saturation. Listen, now you seen FL Studio saturation. This is a saturator. Let's hear it. See, and I ain't even beginning to drive yet. Watch. Now let me get up that air band. Okay, now this is half, mid-side on it. Now I'm gonna show you some more stuff. I'm just showing you two plugins, bro. My courses and other stuff that I have coming up in different classes and stuff, I'll be showing more in depth of what I'm showing on here. All right, so what I'm gonna do, this is mid-side. With this, I can add saturation to the mid and the sides different. I don't need that heavy thickness on the side like I do with mids. So you'll see what this do when you EQ mid-sides different. All right, let's play with the beat. I want a tube, let's hit a little tube. Now, I don't want tube on this. Wait a minute, let me, oh, it's on mid side. You gotta choose which one. This is, let me see. I like this one more. Okay, so now, with the mids, we're gonna listen to the mids. It's too much. Now, this saturator's on this. Let me just bring it in how much I want. Let me put you back here. A little too much. Okay, that's the mids. Now let's go to the sides. This is mids, this sides. I don't need none of this low end. And I want to cut these sides to like 200. Oh, it ain't with the bass. Let me see. Now we're here. Now you see it cutting through the mix. Let's see. Where's this? I'm like to start playing with you. You guys see. Let me see. There you go. Alright, so I was just playing around with a little couple other things. So, like I said, it's a host of things that go on. Sound selection, it could be like the kick. I can do other things. I mean, I can come in here and let's see, what is the browser on here? It's on in F8. Okay. Because I started that kick, I really didn't want it. I was gonna do a trap. This is really what I would use. This is me. See, when you add swing, rhythm, coloring, style, and all kind of techniques, you get all kind of stuff. Alright, that's been enough. So I hope in this tutorial you have learned something and got something out of it. Like I said, there was a lot to cover. Some of the things we think are top snares or not, you got to put them together to make a snare. You also have to do that in real recording, okay? with the bass drum because it's a mic in the front and the back. Same thing. Then you got overheads. Those are mics that hang up, and you have to blend with the sound like this. Let me show you this. I'm gonna close. All right, I'm gonna kill this beat, and I'm gonna deal with just Steven Swift. That'll be the end of this tutorial. Okay, let's go in here to Steven Swift drums. Come on, FL Studio drum. Start tripping. Start tripping in the video. I'll show you how to do it. This is the reason why I don't like messing with the studio. It's too much of a problem. Look at this. I'm bursting in and out of the damn thing happened. Again. It's a piece of crap. Welcome to Studio One Second. Alright, so basically, because I'm having, again, the bullshit problems. I hope you got something out of this. Right, so other than that, like I said, beats consist of a whole lot of things. You know what I mean? Let me go and make myself larger again. Alright, so like I told you, it's not what you think. Okay? So it's the creativity of the beat, minutes to beat, leveling the beat, saturizing the beat, EQing the beat. All these things have to be accumulated and cleaned up. If they're not, then your stuff is not going to come out right. You know what I mean? So there's a whole host of stuff to make beats better, make beats punch. One of the things that I had showed you was like when I went to the bus compressor, if you let open the attack, it sounds weak. If you quicken the attack, it makes it punch out, it makes it come out. Now, opening, I can see that from pads. All of this stuff is minute hearing, and a lot of things you can't hear, but my hearing is over average. I didn't have a cold in several fourths, but I'm getting back on vocal lessons because I'm gonna sing, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because my range is infinite. I can hear past 20/20 both ways, but my habit is when I go into female voice, I go too high up to where you can't hear. I can hear, my dog can hear, you can't hear. Okay, so I have to make myself come down to where it produces sound, because when I do it, I hear the sound, but y'all won't hear the sound, so I have to back down from hitting high notes. And so all of that I get into singing hooks, all kind of stuff. I had Michael Jackson teacher and so forth. So all this put together in a nutshell. You want your beats to hit hard. If you don't have the plugins, at least learn my techniques on how to make them come at least close to it. And learn to use your dog properly. There's a lot of things that you're not using that comes in the dog that makes like sound designs. That's in FL Studio. It sounds wonderful. Matter of fact, let me just show you that. Let me mute this. Let me put this back. So now I did right. Let's go back here. Take some of the tail off. See, now I gotta go shape this. I'm not gonna start, but I have to go shape it. Let's see what's on it because I can hear it. Alright. Let me show you what sound analyzer does. Look at it. Okay. What's up? Sound they always put this somewhere else. If I don't see it up front, it'll be next video because I don't feel like hunting this thing down. I got too many damn plugins. Period. It's what it is. It's too much. See, sound divisor sounds nice. It's a lot. Most people they don't use. Okay, let me show you something. One other thing, and then I'm done. Okay, another thing. Y'all don't recognize in FL Studio. Let's go back to this kit. Okay, let's go here. Right here. Y'all don't use this. It's very effective. You're gonna see it cleans your track up a lot more. Let me see where we at. That's exactly right. Same thing for this bass here. And this should really be at about 60 hertz. See how they sit together? Now, this would sound together cool with a side chain here. Side chain on this track. What's it? That's too heavy. Now you see how um, drums are manipulated a billion different ways. Sound Godizer in there. There's a ton of stuff, and all these dogs, most people don't use them. So that concludes this video. Hit the subscribe button, and you know what I mean. Go to the next video because I got more than this for now. All right. So we'll be dealing with beats better, doing vocals, everything. You know what I'm saying. I'll also be using Studio One. You see why I don't use FL because it's too much a problem, but I'm gonna use it because people are learning in FL. I started this channel with FL, so I told y'all I will be doing stuff in FL. I am, but you see why I be having problems, and I have to go through it and deal with it. But I hope you learned something a lot from this. The Sound Godizer is good, shaping the sounds, your kicks, all of that. Sitting the stuff in the beat, making it come out. There's a whole style. I can make the kick come out even more if I wanted to, just by adding a parametric EQ as a final kicker. I want that kick to come through a little bit more on that bass. Come up here to 135, 136 is right here. Sharpen Q, and then I'll start to raise it. Set it with the next one. Now, if I ran all of this out of this here, you know what, we ran to an SSL board and we cut this block in. This is SSL board and we tried the G channel because it's more thicker. See that other part of that snare is now one thing and one more other thing. Where's my reverb? Alright. Sound without something in here, using film with the sound. So you got basically a chance to see what goes into beat making and so forth. So there's a lot of things that you can do to make your beats better. Yes, I suggest buy plugins. Yes. Okay. But what I would learn how to use what you got. Okay? And learn. If you got it, you can get you some plugins and you get them. Play with them. So what the hell you bought them for? Right? It's about hearing. And I can do a whole host of things. This is just some of the things that can be done, you know, to improve what you do. I hope this been very educational to you. And like I said, hit that subscribe button so you can learn some more. And guess what? Go to the next video, right? I'll be with you. I'm